couldn't help but wonder, if taxes are truly unavoidable, why do they always feel like a bad date we never agreed to? Welcome to Tax and the City. I'm Julia Tatje from Taxum, your personal tax boutique in Zurich. Here we talk taxes simply and honestly. Sometimes just you and me, sometimes with guests, always rooted in real life. And just like that, something mandatory becomes a little more delightful. I couldn't help but wonder how something as boring as insurance manages to cause so much stress, usually at exactly the wrong moment. We move countries, we build careers, we start businesses, we embrace freedom, and somewhere along the way we assume that insurance will just take care of itself. Until it doesn't. Welcome back to Tax and the City, where international life meets tax reality and where we talk about things no one really wants to talk about until they absolutely have to. Today's episode is about insurances in Switzerland, what you actually need, what you can skip, and why this topic is especially critical for internationals and self-employed professionals. I'm joined today by Carole Janser, who is an insurance specialist at SIFA. She has seen behind the curtain of the insurance industry for more than 20 years, has worked in Dubai and in Switzerland, and is now working at SIFA, where she helps people make sense of it without fear or fluff. Carole, I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome to Tax and the City.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So, Carole, before we dive into policies and obligations, I'd love to start with you. How did you end up in insurance? Because let's be honest, it isn't usually a childhood dream, or was it for you?
Yeah, no.
No. Okay, I'm kind of relieved.
Yes. Yeah, honestly, like insurance has never been a dream. When I was a child, I actually wanted to become a military pilot.
Which is almost the same like insurance.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And I was a bit of a tomboy growing up. My parents say that, my fascination for planes already started when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
And and then I applied when I was 14 for the military training.
That early?
Yes, you have to in Switzerland.
Okay.
And they sent me back an assessment with an eyesight test. And obviously, I completely failed.
Oh.
So for the listeners, I wear glasses.
No. Shame. So you couldn't become a pilot?
Yeah, exactly. So that dream died. And my father suggested then two very different career paths. Either I go for my handball career, like to become an international athlete, or I apply for an insurance or banking.
So it's almost the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, very similar.
Like all of these topics are very similar, right?
Yes.
But surprisingly, I then decided I really want to go into insurance because, I was always drawn to the idea to protect what truly matters. So let's say you save for years for a house, put all your saving in your house, and in a blink of an eye, due to a fire, you lose everything.
Yes.
And let's say you save for your startup, you put all your money in, and just because of a single liability case, you lose again everything, right? Or on a very human level or smaller level, you get your first Rolex. You are so proud of it. You want to wear it freely and you don't want to wear it all the time, but it's going to be damaged or someone's going to steal it. So to me, I really like that we have products which are really like give us safety and make our lives better in a way,
Yes, I love the way how you look at insurances as protecting things that matter to us.
Exactly.
Our freedom.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds like a lot of protecting the freedom.
Exactly. Protecting your freedom from protecting your mental health in terms of, if something happens, there is a safety net.
Yes.
I really like that.
Okay. So military pilot, handball career, then insurance.
Yes.
So what made you stay? Carole, you told us how you initially ended up in the insurance industry. Why are you still there?
So I really love the fact that these products are relevant to everyone.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned before, it's really about protecting your life, your health, your life, your achievements, and just everything what really matters to you.
And that's different for a lot of people.
Yes.
Somehow the same for everybody.
Yes. Yes.
Because it needs to be protected. I get it. The part where what I think is very important is it is the same for a lot of people. A lot of people are like, this is nothing that is relevant to me, or they are ignoring it. They make a lot of mistakes in this very interesting field of insurance because they actually think it is super boring or they don't understand. So what are the biggest mistakes people make in terms of insurances in Switzerland, and maybe especially internationals in Switzerland?
Yeah.
I'm sure you see a few things again and again and again.
Yes. So from my perspective, the biggest issue is not that people ignore insurance, but they misunderstand it.
Okay.
And especially in Switzerland, internationals or expats, they move here and they think that Switzerland is going to be a very safe place. Everything is regulated and taken care of. And this couldn't be further from the truth. Like Switzerland still has a very liberal system where they expect you as an individual to take care of your risk management or of your topics, which includes that you have the correct coverages in place. There are, of course, certain mandatory things, or mandatory products.
Like Social Security, which is managed through the federation.
Exactly, like the first pillar and so on.
Yeah.
And also some parts of the second pillar, of course.
But then it ends.
It ends, yes. And it can still be like, I would say, at least half of what can happen to you and can actually financially destroy you is not
mandatory
covered or mandatory by the Swiss law. Exactly.
Okay, yes. And although Switzerland is safe, we are all not safe from something happening in our life. So this automatically safe and everything is being taken care of. I get why this can be a misunderstanding, especially for international people
coming to Switzerland, because Switzerland is perceived as a country where everything is safe.
Yeah. So that's actually a false sense of security.
Totally. Yes.
I'm sure you have tons of stories that you can tell us. Okay. So everybody,
I do. I do.
There's going to be a few.
Yes.
So please share some of them that you think are interesting and relevant to the people listening to us.
Yeah. So first of all, when I meet an expat, like my number one question is always, do you have a private liability insurance? That's the most important part. I see some other major areas as well, but let's start with private liability.
Which is the Haftpflichtversicherung.
Haftpflichtversicherung, yes, exactly. So through no fault of your own, you can actually in Switzerland get bankrupt like in an instance. And
how?
Let's say you are on your phone, you're distracted, and you go down a staircase and accidentally push someone, which happened to me already, I have to say. And let's say this person is a manager, he's a high earner, he maybe has 3 kids. And after this accident, he's permanently disabled.
Okay, and that I'm liable for it.
Exactly.
Because it was me pushing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And like with all the consequences, like all the hospital bills, the loss of income, the long-term consequences and so on, it can easily reach 5 million Swiss francs. Easily in Switzerland, right? And you're liable. So if you don't have a private liability insurance, it's going to be extremely expensive for you. And
it's potentially going to ruin most people.
Exactly. And it's not reckless behavior. No. It's just everyday's life, kind of. And this can happen, it can happen in front of a tram or whatever. It's just like, we always think of like claims. It
has nothing to do with me.
Exactly. That's something, a very special situation. That's this can never happen to me. But that's simply not true. Everyone has at certain
Yeah, we are
point
just
issues.
existing.
Exactly. Exactly.
We cross a street, we go to a shop, we are just surrounded by other people, other people's belongings.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And also, what I always tell my clients is let's get coverages for very little money, but a huge coverage. And for the private liability, for a single person, you pay maybe on average 150 francs
A year, which is not a lot.
Which is
nothing.
Nothing.
It's nothing.
When the insurance sum is 5 million francs, right?
Yes, and compared to one matcha latte, it's literally nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like the first no-brainer, a liability insurance.
Yes.
So whatever you do, put a liability insurance. And if you're not sure you have one, honestly, please check. Please check today.
Today, really.
Because it is something that you cannot avoid being hit by something like this.
Yeah.
Unless you stay at home for the rest of your life. And
even then, actually, I wanted to mention that as well, because unless you move in, like you move to Switzerland and you already have your house, but you actually have to rent an apartment, then in Switzerland, I would say the chances are 80 or 90% you will have your face private liability claim anyway, because you're going to be a tenant.
Yes.
And when you move out, your landlord, the Swiss picky landlords, will for sure find something.
We could do one episode about Swiss landlords.
Yes.
During the handover of a flat.
Yes. It's quite shocking. For me, it's normal, of course, but when I hear experts talking about it, apparently it's quite shocking, right?
Yeah.
So it's not even a question if at some point you will use it, but it's just when you will use it, the private liability coverage.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure. So this is first takeaway for today. Check if you've got one. Check if it covers at least 5 million.
Yeah.
I think you said.
Yeah.
Is the more the better? But it's like standard 5 million.
Yes. Right. Like nowadays even 10.
Okay.
It increased a bit.
Can't go wrong with 10 million.
No. And even you can go up to 20 million.
Yeah.
And the premium will be like only 30, 40 francs more, maybe, you know? So it's, as I said in the beginning, it's little money for a huge coverage.
Yes. So sounds like a massive relief. And being able to put some of the responsibility to an insurance.
Exactly.
Okay. So number one. And then the next one.
The next one is actually health insurance.
Yes.
So what I hear a lot from experts,
which is mandatory.
Yes. Like when it comes to the kind of the normal health insurance everyone has to have as an individual.
Basic one. Yes.
Exactly. And many expats think, or maybe even Swiss people, I'm not sure, they think that when they have this health insurance, it's going to cover your salary as well, which is completely wrong.
So when I'm ill and I can't work.
Exactly.
Yes.
You have your health insurance, and in a nutshell, your health insurance covers your doctor expenses and your hospital expenses and some medication.
So like actual medical costs.
Yes, but not your salary.
Or the salary that I'm missing out on because I can't work.
Yeah. Let me have a short nerdy moment here.
Okay. Nerd alarm, yes. Okay.
Yes. So I'm talking about the Article 324A of the Swiss Code of Obligations, which says an employer only has to pay your salary for your sick leave for a certain period of time.
And that is so much shorter than everyone thinks.
Let's say many expats, they have, jobs where you don't start after your apprenticeship and you finish when you retire.
No, usually change jobs from time to time.
Exactly.
Yes.
So usually, let's say you worked for this employer for 2 years. The law says the employer only has to continue paying your salary for 2 months.
Which is nothing.
And
after that, by law,
there is no income protection.
He can completely stop paying a salary.
Yes. And he's not even asked to have this policy in place. Like
It is by law. Yes.
It's a free choice for him whether he wants to protect your salary for a longer period or if he's just going to take the risk and pay you for 2 months and then you're left alone.
So this is something that for most people, the employer has something in place, which is the Krankentaggeldversicherung.
Yeah.
So it's a daily allowance insurance. And it is, I think, very advisable if you take on a new job. I always recommend have a look at the pension fund, of course.
Yes, of course.
But also ask how is sick leave handled in this company and what's the policy you're having. It is quite common to have Krankentaggeldversicherung in place that pays for 80% of the salary during almost 2 years. That's
correct.
Nice employers will do that.
Yeah.
But there is many employers that don't have that or that have something in place that is smaller. And it is up, as you said, it is nothing that the employer is forced to have. So it is very important to look at that. And if your employer does not have it, it might still be a good idea to take on the job because interesting project, massive salary, who knows? But then it's important to take care of such an insurance or some coverage yourself.
Yes. But I have to say, the smaller the request, or let's say it's not always that easy to get
such an insurance.
Krankentageld insurance as an individual.
Okay.
Because you also have a health check usually.
Yeah.
And this doesn't happen if you just join a company.
Yeah.
But health insurance always wants to know everything about you.
Of course.
Whether you have been in the hospital when you were born or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just insane what they want to know about your health history. And so therefore, I wouldn't be so comfortable to just think, well, I can organize it myself.
Yes. Like I'm just saying, if you have to or if you want to accept a job, although it is not properly taken care of, there might be a solution that you can do.
There might be a solution, yes.
Carole will know. She can find out for you.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is the sick leave insurance.
Yeah.
So in our top 3, what else would you rate there?
Yeah. So the third part is actually about law protection.
Okay. Even if I'm not about to fight with my neighbor.
Exactly.
Okay.
But maybe he wants to fight with you.
Okay.
Or she. We never know.
Yeah. You never know.
Exactly. So, law protection is not, I would say about myself, I'm quite a peaceful person as well. You never know.
I can confirm that.
Thank you. But you never know what actually comes to you, kind of like all kind of incidents, just what we discussed before with liability. And also you don't know how the mood of others you meet in your life.
That's true.
Let me give you some examples. One thing which happened to many clients in one way or another. Let's say you start a new job and the vibe is great and you feel great, but you have a little bit of a back issue. And your boss overhears you making appointments for your lunch break. And maybe he's maybe more kind of a fearful person. And he starts making things up in his head and maybe thinks, well, at some point he's going to have sick leave and I'm going to cover the costs, right?
Yes.
And he doesn't feel comfortable with it and decides to terminate your contract.
Okay.
And now you have 2 options, right? You can either stand up for yourself, it's going to be very expensive, or you have to walk away. And especially when it comes to law protection, but also with other insurance coverages, what I really love about it, it's also about fairness.
Yeah.
It's about, can I actually stand up for my rights and fight the war which is presenting to me, and then maybe I will get a good end out of it.
Yeah,
right?
and just what you said, it's not that the person decided to be such a fight.
Exactly.
It is something that happened to them. Okay, so I get it. So there I know for legal insurances, there's many, many different insurances out there, and they not cover the same areas of law and the same amounts. So I think this is definitely a kind of insurance that it's very much worth talking about with an expert that
Yes.
knows the different insurances, the different options,
Yeah.
the traps.
Yes. And also, like, when it comes to risk management, people always think, well, we are all the same kind of individuals. But no, someone is like someone owns a house. Someone is self-employed. The third one is
Skydiver.
a skydiver. Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. So risk management, which is insurance, is risk management, right?
Yes.
And it's just so different from person to person. And the best is really to have a look at a person, an individual, or like a startup or a company with this 360 degrees view.
Yeah.
Like, what are really your needs? How is life kind of unfolding for you, right?
Yes. And the answer is not the same for everybody.
Exactly.
So I would say liability insurance, the answer is the same for everyone. Everyone
Yes.
needs one. Full
Yes.
stop.
And all businesses as well.
Yes.
They sometimes forget it.
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised about that, that you need to have a professional liability as well.
Yeah. Even like when you're self-employed,
Yeah.
you need to make sure some legal insurances offer an extension to your private liability.
Exactly. Yeah.
They cover your self-employment
Yeah.
too, but you have to tick that box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, it won't be covered.
Exactly. Yeah. That's it.
You have a lot of clients and you must see that all the time. What do they gain beyond saving money and beyond like being protected from some things, like on an emotional level?
Yeah. Yeah. So the number one underestimated thing about insurance is actually the service. I really like to come up with an incident which happened to a friend of mine even. She was between toddlers. They were all sick. Everyone didn't sleep and so on. And she actually she didn't see that the page she was opening wasn't the bank, the page from the bank, the login page from the bank.
Yes.
But it was a fake. And
she just opened her mail and okay.
Yeah, so she put in her login data, and somehow they got then access to her bank account. Phishing.
Yes.
And they stole all her money. Fortunately, it was only 6,000 francs because it was her household kind of account. But imagine it's still a saving account.
And still, even 6,000.
Yes. You don't want to lose it in an instant, right?
No.
Because you couldn't. Yeah, I mean, the criminals nowadays, they are very good to fake, I don't know, QR codes, twin requests, whatever, and we have to understand they get better and better. So we really need to be careful.
Yes.
For her, yeah, as I said, it was only 6,000 francs, but it was a lot already. But let's say it's your saving account,
Yeah.
That's really an incident you never want to experience.
No.
The same goes to startups and other businesses, When you have a cyber attack, they can block your entire system and they're going to ask you for ransom. And of course, you can cover ransom payment in your coverages. But the most important thing about this coverage is actually the service. Imagine something happens to you the next day and you just know, okay, I call my broker or my insurance company and
they take care of it.
Instantly, they're gonna, it's like the firefighters, the cyber firefighters. They will instantly gonna take care of the case.
Yeah.
Will do whatever they can because they have the protocols and they have the experts on their side.
Yeah.
And you will be taken care of. And
this is the emotional thing, like the emotional damage is there anyway.
Exactly.
And you will be very happy to have someone by your side that actually supports you.
Yeah. It's it's an emotional support.
Yeah.
The situation is completely overwhelming for you and you don't know. Usually individuals or like small businesses, they don't have a plan for when a cyber attack happens.
Which is normal because fortunately we are not affected by it on a daily basis.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, not
I'm telling you, not yet. Their cases are exploding nowadays.
I can imagine.
Yes. So yeah, like having someone to say you in that situation. Earlier in my career, I was working in the claims department for 7 years, and the best an insurance company can do for you is when you have a claim, and the claims handler tells you everything is going to be okay.
I got you.
I got you. We will take care of this. I will lead you through the entire claim or process.
Yeah.
You don't have to think
You don't have to do it alone.
Exactly.
You've got someone that is with you with more experience and that is actually not emotionally involved, but can focus on the actual solution of the problem.
Yes, yes.
Which is then an emotional relief for you.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Because these people have the process in place. They can tell you step after step what you should do or what they are going to do. They're also taking a lot off of your shoulders, right?
Because they're actually doing it for you.
Yes. And so this is really the most underestimated part of an insurance. And also when I see certain claims, when you have like a roadside assistance coverage or so, like what you're actually buying is that if you break down in the middle of the street, your car breaks down in the middle of the street, usually yourself break down in the middle of the street as well.
Yes.
Because, just recently here in Zurich, I helped a couple. They broke down in the middle of the street with their car. They just moved from Germany to Switzerland. They blocked 3 lanes. It was extremely stressful for them.
Yes.
And the best is just if you can call and they're going to tell you, we will take care of it.
Yes.
We will organize everything. The most important thing is that you calm down, that no
one's hurt.
No one is hurt. Help is
on the way.
And
that's true.
Then you will have such a better time much better time than if you're left on your own.
Yes. I think most people that listen will be like, yes, of course, I want that coverage. So you mentioned before, liability insurance is not like breaking your budget at all.
At all.
There are very expensive insurances out there on the market, and there are also crappy insurances out in the market that are expensive and have bad coverage.
Yeah.
Which is what I like about your company, because you have contracts with all the insurances, you know all their products, and you can recommend the proper insurance for each and individual person. One insurance company might be right for one person, the other one for another, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So, like an insurance brokerage company like SIFA is independent. So it's not like speaking to an advisor of one insurance that will tell you to have the car insurance, liability insurance, the legal protection insurance, and the health insurance in the same company. And you will potentially not recommend having everything in the same company, but you will do some cherry picking for your clients.
Yes.
Which is what you actually do.
Yes. We analyze the market for the best products and the best premiums, of course.
It's a combination.
It's a combination, yes. And also, personally, like I choose my insurance also based on my experience regarding claims handling.
Yes.
Because what I actually buy when I buy kind of a policy is the claim, right?
Yeah. Hopefully you never need it.
Hopefully you never need it.
Do.
If you knew, I don't want to. I don't want to be bothered with no. And I want to have nice people on the phone, and
You want them to pick up the phone?
exactly. And I want them to be,
Responsive.
responsive,
Supportive.
and not like looking for the last little bit, which can exclude certain cases.
Yeah.
So this is a big plus for me as well. And of course, as a professional, I have enough experience.
Which company handles which claims how?
Yeah.
Carole, you brought some examples for us.
Yes.
So to show what it actually means to have some insurances. So tell us.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with an individual. When you have, as I said, a private liability insurance, usually you compare that with a household insurance. And then let's say your household insurance is maybe 80,000 francs worth.
So the household insurance is the coverage for everything that I own in my house or in my flat.
Yeah.
Also the handbags.
Also the handbags.
Yes.
And the shoes.
Yeah.
And the Rolex.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you combine that and you have, as I said, an insured sum of about 5 million for your private liability, you will land between 500 and 800 francs per year.
For the two, for the liability and the household insurance.
For the combination. Yeah.
And it means if a house burns down, if I'm being broken into and everything's being stolen, I'm covered to up to 80,000 francs because this is what my belongings are insured up to. And if I do something to someone accidentally, I'm covered to up to 5 million. And all I have to pay is, what did you say, 400, 500?
500, or when you have a little bit more expensive companies, then it can go up to maybe 800.
Okay. But again, nothing compared to the potential damage and what you will get out.
Yes.
If there is a case.
One important thing here is household insurance is for all objects which are movable.
Okay.
So one good thing to understand what is covered in a household insurance and what is actually covered in a building insurance is when you turn your house upside down and everything which falls out is household insurance.
Okay.
And everything which sticks is going to be building insurance.
Okay, so my toaster is the household insurance. The kitchen is the building insurance.
Correct.
If it's mounted correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. And then let's say you have a car. You have a car, right?
Yeah.
And with the car, we can say it differs very much. Like, of course, a Fiat 500 is not going to be the same price like an Aston Martin, but still you can be easily, between 1,000 and 3,000 francs, or maybe 4,000, around that
for
amount,
the car insurance.
For the car insurance, and then maybe you have like a travel insurance as well, which could be for the basic coverage, maybe 130 francs per year.
So, which means if I book a flight and then I fall ill, I can't fly. The insurance will pay for my flight.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you have the law protection, around 350 francs.
And a lot of times those insurances not only include like one person's, but if you are a household, like with your partner or with your kids, you will have everyone in one policy.
Yes.
And it's not like everyone has an insurance for this amount. It's a lot cheaper to have more people in an insurance than you have like 4 individual insurances.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Let's say 350 is maybe as an individual.
Yeah.
But then when you're a family, it's maybe 50 or 100 francs more.
Yeah.
It's not
enormous amount.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not like health insurance where you
1/4
of your salary goes to health insurance.
Yeah, and the health insurance is per person.
Yeah.
This is like a per head insurance.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other insurances are household insurances.
Yes.
Per household.
Yeah. So it's quite like the people have the idea that insurance is very expensive, but I don't see that very much in my daily work.
I think maybe we can be precise. Insurances can be very expensive.
True.
So especially if you don't have them,
Yeah.
but no, you can sign up for expensive insurances that have a very bad coverage, which is like the worst combination.
Yes.
But if you pick the proper insurances with the right amount of coverage, I agree with you. What you get for your money is very much worth the money.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest mistake is to not consider any insurance.
Yeah.
But just to hope for the best.
Yes.
Yeah, this is something that we have been discussing here in this podcast a lot. This principle of it's gonna be fine. This is not true for insurances. It's not true for investments. It's not true for your old age savings. It's also not true for taxes.
Yeah.
So these are all topics. We were kidding about trinity of boring topics. It kind of is, but it's nevertheless super important topics. And please look at it. And all we want to do is raise awareness.
Yeah.
Because not knowing is most dangerous, I think.
Yes. And also maybe to clarify certain wrong assumptions.
Yeah.
People have a lot of wrong assumptions about taxes.
Yes.
And about insurance as well.
And about old age pension savings. So these are kind of like the three areas where there is a lot of misconceptions, wrong beliefs. And that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
To clean up the mess. Do you have any other examples with you that you want to share?
Yeah. So maybe we can also, for a startup, we can go through, maybe through
for a self-employed.
Yeah, self-employed. But we need to be careful with the terms, right?
Okay.
When you say self-employed, this usually means that you don't have a GmbH or an Aktiengesellschaft.
Yes, you are self-employed. Just you mention it to the SBA, and you start working. And it's very simple. Also in terms of taxes, because it's in your personal tax return, but nevertheless it comes with some implications.
Yes, and also it's important to know that certain insurances, again, if you're kind of an individual, because you're still kind of an individual as a self-employed,
you are,
then coverages can be more complicated to get.
Yes.
But nevertheless, let's say you want to found your GmbH or your AG, and you're maybe a female, 40 years old, maybe you have your yoga studio or your
a
app you want to an app you want to develop, right?
Yes.
And let's say you're going to pay yourself about 80K
a year.
It's a year
salary.
As a salary,
Yes.
which is not that much, but also not little, right?
Yes. Let's assume someone has a salary of 80K, which they are paying themselves in their GmbH.
Yeah.
What does that mean in terms of insurances?
In terms of insurances, for an average person, it's you have to count for about 23%
of the 80K that go to insurances.
That will go to first and second pillar.
Okay.
Yes. Especially the first pillar is more expensive than the second pillar.
Depending on how old you are.
Yeah. True. Yeah. But this is it's not little. 23% of your income is quite a lot, right?
Yes.
And I think that's one thing to consider. And the other things, what we just discussed before, is the professional liability coverage. Let's say you are alone in this GmbH, for instance, and as we mentioned, you earn 80K per year. Your premium will be 300 francs.
Okay.
Again, very low for what you get.
Yes.
And the same applies to legal protection.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that before. You can have an extension for your
For private legal insurance. Yeah,
exactly. But then, like, I would say more than the majority don't offer this extension.
Okay. It depends on the contract.
Yes. Yeah. So then for the rest, besides first and second pillar, you really, like, you don't have to worry a premium, but just get the coverage.
Yes.
Just ask.
It's super important. And a lot of people, when they set up their own company, they are focusing on the business, of course, and on their business model, the business plan, and all the great ideas they are having. And we don't say that this is the perfect thing to do. But then please get some support. Get some support in terms of insurances. If you have a GmbH, you need someone that helps you with proper accounting. If you are self-employed, you still need to take off the accounting yourself, or you need to find someone that does it for you. And again, this is an upcoming topic here. You don't have to do everything on your own, and you don't have to find out everything on your own.
Yeah.
And we also don't recommend finding out everything with a ChatGPT.
Yes.
Doesn't necessarily give the right answers.
No. I really have to discourage people to use it for insurance.
Yeah.
Because it's like, when it first came out, I was like, oh, great, I have my personal assistant now, because it's a lot for me also to look for, to analyze and so on. But I got all the wrong answers.
Yeah.
Like not a single one was correct. And sometimes I would get a little bit angry. I would say, that's wrong. Why did you give me the wrong information?
And then ChatGPT says, actually, yes, that's true.
Yeah. And then
it's different.
It would come up like, oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yes, sorry.
So yeah, I'm being very honest about this. This is the case also for old age saving questions, complicated tax questions. Please, I mean, ChatGPT and all the other AI tools might give you a first idea, but please make sure to discuss it with an actual expert.
Yes.
That takes responsibility for their answers, which AI doesn't.
Yes, correct. And the best thing I have to say about my situation is that I'm free of charge. So
it's actually free.
Yes. Yeah, we get paid by the insurance companies.
Okay, so you get a provision.
Exactly, like a brokerage.
Yeah.
And people can just call us and we will do their risk management and we will get paid through the insurance companies, because we are just like another kind of sales person for them. Either they pay their own sales representatives or us, right?
And because you work for like over 30 different insurances, you are still independent, because you will get such a fee from every insurance that you're working for. So you can still recommend the proper one.
Yeah. And it's also a misconception that, we will look for the one who gives us the best brokerage. It's more or less the same anyway. Like
this is what I meant. Yeah.
It's like 1%, maybe more
or less.
And I'm certainly not going to look into that when I do an offer, because my name stands for my reputation.
Yeah.
And I want to protect it as much as possible.
And you want happy clients.
Exactly. I want happy clients. And I want to sleep well as well.
That's very good. I like to sleep well as well.
I want them to sleep very well because of my risk management.
Yes.
And I want for me to sleep very well because I offered the best protections.
Oh my goodness. Like, this is like great final words almost. Like, so Carole is actually selling good sleep, a good night's sleep.
That's it.
No, but listening to this conversation, it reminded me of something I see every day here at Taxum. People don't want to avoid responsibility. They just don't want to make the wrong decisions. And they have misconceptions in their head that keep them from making the right decisions. Carole, thank you for bringing clarity to this topic. So if you have 2 things people should take away, do today, what would it be? Let me guess. First one is get a liability insurance.
Yes.
Okay.
And second, like the one thing I see a lot is that people think they have to turn their sellers upside down to look for their policies. You don't have to. Please just write to your insurance company and ask for your policy copy.
Send you a copy.
And they will send you a copy. You don't have to do anything besides writing a small email, and you will know what kind of coverages you have.
Okay, that's a good tip, because people are often like, I have no idea where that is, so I won't start looking at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You really no, you don't need that. And also, if you don't understand what you actually
signed up for,
which policies you have, just call your insurance or call a broker.
And ask them until you understand.
Yes. Yeah. So get the knowledge from someone else.
Yeah. That's very good. So, insurance isn't about expecting the worst. It's about protecting your life and everything that you're building up. This is what insurances are about, I think. I think. Yeah, and sleep. Almost forgot this one. You don't have to do this alone. All the relevant information about Carole, her company, of course also about taxes, can be found in the show notes as usual. And just like that, you've been listening to another episode of Tax in the City. Thanks, Carole, for being here today.
Thank you very much.